ABC Sports proudly presents exclusive coverage of the national championship game. It's the grand finale of the Bowl Championship Series.
Through the eyes of a child, all things seem possible. To play a game and be a leader, to be the best. For Josh Heupel and Chris Wenke, the road to a dream has taken some winding curves. The plains of South Dakota seem an unlikely origin for a quarterback. For Josh Heupel, the path to Oklahoma traveled from Aberdeen, through 2 stops in Utah, and finally toward an aggressive young coach named Stoops, who believed he'd found the Pied Piper for his Sooners. One to embrace the Oklahoma tradition, help restore the greatness of decades past, and bring back the Sooner magic.
Heupel backs up, he lobs a long pass down the middle. Touchdown, Oklahoma!
Chris Wenke's road to the Heisman also took a circuitous journey from the snow of Minnesota through Tallahassee to the bus rides of the miners and back again, only to have an injury nearly end it all. But like another CW before him, he's persevered and reached the pinnacle.
And play action, Wenke over the middle. Hot touchdown, Florida State!
With 1 trophy already secured, Wenke looks to add to his legacy and to the dynasty that's been Bowden built through time. From South Dakota and St. Paul to South Florida, it's been a magical mystery tour. 2 traditional powers, 2 quarterbacks with a common quest and a childhood dream of the national championship. And that national championship will be decided here at Pro Players Stadium under the bright lights of Miami, Florida tonight. The 67th FedEx Orange Bowl. And the team that's been there before, the Seminoles of Florida State, the defending national champions at 11-1. And the upstart Sooners of Oklahoma at 12-0 and still looking for respect nationwide. That's our matchup. The 67th FedEx Orange Bowl brings us to Pro Players Stadium for the #1 Sooners and the #2 Seminoles of Florida State. Hi again, everybody. I'm Brad Nessler, and welcome to Miami as we have our grand finale of our Bowl Championship Series in a very intriguing matchup. When you think of Oklahoma, you think of Bud Wilkinson in the 50s with all the great teams. Barry Switzer dominating the mid-70s and winning another title in '85. Now they go for their 7th championship tonight under Bob Stoops. For Florida State, well, Bobby Bowden's built a dynasty of his own in 25 years in Tallahassee. They have been in this game 3 straight years. They've won 2 championships, 1 in the '90s, 1 to start the year 2000 a year ago in the Sugar Bowl. Now they're ready to try to add another tonight. And 2 pretty good quarterbacks, by the way. With more on that, let's go to the guys that are going to be with us all night long and have been with us all season long for the new Ford Escape pregame show. Let's go down to John Saunders and Terry Bowden, guys.
Brad, thanks a lot. A terrific matchup anticipated. 115 Division 1A coaches started out with a dream, Terry. Of those, probably 20 thought they had a chance to get to this game. We're down to 2. You've been a head coach. What are the guys thinking right now?
Well, you know what? Oklahoma will have nothing to do with this underdog role. Bob Stoops is one of the most confident coaches in the business today. He has the Sooners believing they are going to win this game. On the other game, as a head coach, there was one thing I wanted to tell my players in a big game. That is, if we play our very best, and the other team plays their very best, we are going to win. Well, if Florida State plays their very best, they are going to win. But one more thing, John. We stood in the tunnel next to Denzel Washington before the game. The Oklahoma Sooners came out, walked by. Not one recognized who he was. That's what I call focus.
But they all knew who you were for some reason, whatever. So much has been made of the quarterback matchup in this one. One guy has a Heisman Trophy. One was the runner-up. One guy has a national championship. The other guy is just hoping for one. But when I think of Chris Wenke, I think of General Patton, the great field general, the leader, the elder statesman, leading his team into battle time and time again and coming away with a win. When I think of Josh Heupel, I think of the best player in your neighborhood who goes door to door just trying to get the game together, then goes to the sandlot and beats everyone else. No matter what you do to compare these 2 quarterbacks, though, they are both winners. #1 against #2, Florida State and Oklahoma for the national championship. It's coming up next.
Pro Players Stadium in Miami, set for the Sooners and the Seminoles for the national championship. My partner, as always, is Bob Greasy. Bob, over the last 15 years, I don't know if any team in college football has played more big games than the Seminoles of Florida State. They have been here before.
They've been in the national championship the last 3 games, 4 of the last 5. This is a veteran, confident team, 26 seniors, 14 who start. Their attitude at the beginning of the year, we expect to be in this game. Their attitude now is, we expect to win it.
And they think they'll repeat with no excuses. They don't get any excuses from their offense. It's a great offense, we know that. Their defense is pretty good too.
You never hear about the defense because of the offense, but one of the best defenses in the country, dominated by their defensive line. They can stir it up. 40 of the 45 sacks defensively comes from that unit.
They're a unit that also can play defense in the secondary and cover people man for man and get pressure on a quarterback like Josh Heupel.
Well, they have to. They have to get after him, but at the same time, they have to tackle. And that's the thing, the yards after catch. That's all we heard all week, tackle. They're going to catch some balls, just tackle them.
For Oklahoma, we talked all year about them. They should have Aretha Franklin in their locker room singing R-E-S-P-E-C-T because they're still not getting any.
They don't get any respect. It reminds me, they're undefeated. They're 12-0. They're ranked #1 in the country. Reminds me of the Miami Dolphins when we were going to the Super Bowl. We were 16-0, and we were a 6-point underdog to the Washington Redskins. What does that do for a player? Number one, the pressure is off of him. It loosens him up. It makes him want to go out and play. And secondly, it motivates you. You want to go out and play better. I think that's right where they want to be. I think they would like to be the underdog.
Bob Stoops says he's not going to play that underdog card in the locker room. We don't know whether he will or whether he won't. You hear a lot about their offense, too, obviously, when you've got the guy that was a Walter Camp Player of the Year offensively and the runner-up to Chris Wenke for the Heisman. But let's talk about their defense. That's a pretty good unit, too.
Just about as good as the defense for Florida State. And the stars have got to shine. The linebackers, Torrance Marshall and Rocky Kalmus, they've got to show up big, and they've got to get some pressure and force Chris Wenke to move around and get him out of the pocket.
Well, there's Bobby Bowden, who's done it before. 2 national championships already, and here come the Seminoles. Florida State once beaten this year. That was on the road to Miami by 3. On the other side, it's an undefeated Oklahoma team, 12-0. Lynn Swan, our third man in our team, has spent a lot of time around Bob Stoops and knows a lot about this setup. Swanee.
Well, Oklahoma is a great matchup in this ball game. They like what they have against Florida State because this is an offense that's built on being patient and taking what the defense gives you. What they will do is come out and just nickel and dime the ball down the field. The short pass to the outside, to the inside, trying to take advantage of whatever Florida State gives them. And they have the patience to do that, to move it down the field. What can happen, what Florida State's demonstrated they can do defensively, is get frustrated. They want to make the big play. They want to make the big hit on the quarterback. And if they cannot get to Josh Heupel, they're going to have a great sense of frustration. Once they get frustrated, what's going to happen then is they're going to play out of their position and try and do a couple things they shouldn't do. It's a great matchup, Brad, for the Oklahoma offense.
We can't hold them back any longer, Swanee. Here comes the undefeated Sooners. When Bob and I came over here today, we couldn't believe how close Crimson and Garnet are. Pro Player Stadium is rocking for the national title game. Ladies and gentlemen, good evening and welcome to Miami. We now want to direct your attention to midfield, where tonight's national anthem will be sung by DreamWorks recording artist Toby Keith.
twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight, all the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave? All the land of the free and the home of the brave.
It's a good thing Toby Keith has good pipes. He would have never cut through the crowd. The coin toss and the kick when we come back. Ladies and gentlemen, if we could please direct your attention to midfield for tonight's coin toss. First, let's meet the captains for the Seminoles of Florida State. Number 55, senior linebacker from Lake City, Florida, Brian Allen. Number 32, senior linebacker and special teams captain from Boynton Beach, Florida, Gene June. And number 16, senior quarterback from St. Paul, Minnesota, and Heisman Trophy winner, Chris Wenke. Now let's meet the captains for the undefeated Sooners of Oklahoma. Number 10, a senior linebacker from here in Miami, Florida, Torrance Marshall. Number 59, senior center from Mustang, Oklahoma, Bubba Burcham. Number 81, senior tight end from Sulphur, Oklahoma, Chris Hammonds. And number 35, senior fullback from Muskogee, Oklahoma, Seth Luttrell. Our referee for tonight's game from the Big Ten, Dick Honig. And the president of the Orange Bowl Committee, Cheryl Hudson. And now for the coin toss, Academy Award-winning actor and star of Remember the Titans, welcome Denzel Washington.
Gentlemen, step in here, please. This is a tail. The team side is a head, okay? Tail, team side is a head. Who is going to call it? Call it right now. Tails is called. Denzel Washington will flip the coin. It is a head. Oklahoma has won the toss. Oklahoma will defer. Florida State will take the ball. Which end do you want to defend?
Kick with the wrist.
Okay, turn it around, men. Thank you. Good luck. Thanks. Florida State will receive at this end. Okay, good luck, men. Have a good ball game.
So Oklahoma won the toss. Florida State will have it first. Oklahoma will be on defense for their head coach, Bob Stoops, who's with Arlen Swan. Swanee?
Thank you, Brad. Coach, you played a tough schedule getting here. Is this the most game-tested football team in the country? Yes or no?
I believe so. With the Big 12 championship game, having to play a great Kansas State team twice and beat them twice, and Nebraska, Texas, all the big games we've had, our players are ready for this.
In your last private moment before you put on that cap as a head coach and your game face to get your team ready, what was your thought about what had to be done tonight?
I think I'll keep that between me and the good Lord.
Coach, good luck today. One thing we're guaranteed is that after this game is over, the winner, the head coach's name will be Bob, and Jack Arute is with the other Bob Bowden.
Thanks, Lynn. This man here is a long-time student of history. Coach, I know you travel all over the world. Historic proportions of the Orange Bowl. It's been the best of times and the worst of times for you. Did you talk to your team at all about the history behind this game?
Well, I've told them the games that we've played here, the fact that we've never beaten Oklahoma here, and what it would mean to win this ball game, yeah.
Coach, when you take a look at all of the hype about your team going into this game, and yet you're number 2, is that a plus or a minus?
Well, I guess it balances off. I mean, they're concerned about us being favorite, and we're concerned about them being number 1. We got to beat them to win a national championship.
Good luck, Coach.
Hey, thank you very much.
Brad?
Thanks, Jack. And Swally, back-to-back championships is not something easily accomplished, though Oklahoma has done it twice. Now Florida State wants to join that illustrious group you see on screen. Going for number 3, opening play of the ball game. They'll start in the eye with Travis Miner at the tail. Play fake, Wenke goes out to a wide open Trues Bell at midfield. Slips, keeps his footing, and cuts to the 44-yard line of Oklahoma. Just like that, 36 yards on the first play.
Against Florida, their last game, they ran a lot of plays. They hold the safety. That was Ante Jones, number 11.
Had a lot of both as we check our FedEx lineup. Chris Wenke, there's the numbers on him. 33 touchdowns, over 4,000 yards, and looking for his 33rd victory in 35 outings as a starter. Phenomenal numbers.
And a national championship. Here they come.
Oklahoma with their first blitz. They flare it out. Anquan Bolden. Did he make the catch? The ball is loose. And a big hit put out there by Ante Jones. Jones a starter tonight because of the spread offense of Florida State.
Playing linebacker. 5 backs in the game. Ante Jones, a senior from right here in Miami, shakes the ball loose. Everybody's still a little bit nervous.
Oklahoma showed blitz, backed out of it. Wenke flares out in the flat to Miner, who makes a sensational catch, but he's only going to get about 2 yards because Michael Thompson was there to meet him. Jumping off sides, it appears, as Florida State. The pass is incomplete, intended in the flat out there for Quentin Griffin.
Offside, defense, 5 yards, remains first down.
So back-to-back penalties against the Noles. Josh Heupel, everybody knows, I guess, about his story from almost nowhere to the spotlight. There's his numbers, and he finished number 2 in the Heisman balloting, Player of the Year in the Big 12.
Certainly the last couple of years, he's got to be a Cinderella story. Came from, like you said, nowhere to leading a team to the national championship game.
On a 1st and 5, they'll keep it on the ground to Luttrell, the fullback, and he pinballs his way for about 3 yards and short. FedEx starting lineups. Here's the big uns up front. They call them the grunts of Mangino. Romero and Duncan, Burcham, Skinner, and Kempenick. Romero against Reynolds will be a good matchup. That's one to watch tonight. The running backs and linebacker, Quentin Griffin already dropped the path. Luttrell just carried the last one. Trent Smith's the tight end. Woolfolk and Fagan, 2 of about 5 receivers on a 2nd and 3. Heupel pumps, pulls it down, and goes down. They stuff him in the middle of the field, and a loss of about 5.
Florida State had tight man coverage.
24-yard line. Heupel from the gun. Josh fires, and it is almost intercepted. If Chris Hope could have held on to that, he probably would have taken it about 25 yards for a touchdown. Travis Miner on the handoff, and off the right side, got out across the 35, almost the 36-yard line. J.T. Thatcher made the stop. Here's the big eaters up front in the FedEx starting lineup for Florida State. Williams, Amon, Moon, Holland, and Sharon Dorsey. Travis Miner, their leading running back for 4 straight years. Go Lightly's the fullback. Sprague, the tight end when they have one in there. Morgan and Trues Bell, part of about a 6 wide receiver group for Florida State. He was 3 for 3 on the opening drive. Comes up firing here and had it batted down at the line of scrimmage. Corey Heineke played over there against Brett Williams, got a hand on it.
Heineke's 8th pass broken up of the season.
He's there with Fisher, who was all Big 12, Holliman and Corey Callens. The linebackers, 2 of the best in college football, and Torrance Marshall and Rocky Calmus. We've got Roy Williams in there as a linebacker because he might as well be one of the best strong safeties in football. It makes Ante Jones an extra defensive back. We've seen him make a play already. Thompson, Thatcher with 8 picks. It's Wenke from the gun. Plenty of time. On the roll, pump fakes again, and now nobody open, and Oklahoma's going to drag him down.
And they got him where they wanted him. They went to a 3-man line. He was covered, then broke to the outside, couldn't find anybody open. And this is where they want to get him. Outside the pocket, moving around.
We talked about what defense completely switched sides with their receivers, and Heupel on 1st down. Quarterback draw. No, he's going to throw it. Got a man open across the middle, across the 30. And a fumble. Loose ball. Out at the 47-yard line. Woolfolk dropped it. Florida State says they have it. And they do.
Heupel makes a nice play. Little jump pass. Woolfolk coming across. Got to put the ball away.
Hit comes up right there.
It's Tay Cody that knocks it loose.
Cleavon Thomas recovers. Great shape for Florida State at the 47-yard line now. To Florida State, courtesy of their defense. Winky, safety blitz coming. He goes down the middle and he throws it. Intercepted by Torrance Marshall. Back-to-back picks, and Marshall, the senior linebacker from here in Miami's got it right back to the line of scrimmage at the 47. Well, I guess you could say the Sooners gained some yardage on that play.
Yeah, the Butterflies are about the size of eagles right now.
12, one of the top linebackers in the country.
He's trying to get it to the tight end right down the middle. Marshall is right here. He's going to pick it off. Little play action right there. It's a poor throw. Look how bad it was. He hit the red guy in the red shirt. That's the linebacker.
Looks like he never saw him.
Yeah, it may have been blocked out, but he still should find the receiver. Was so far behind him.
They fake the end around a Savage, and Heupel goes down the middle, and he completes it into Florida State territory for the first time tonight to the 45 to Trent Smith, his tight end. We talked about Warren and Reynolds. Dockett and Womble man the inside. The linebackers have played a long time together, and they're good ones. Polley and Jennings and Brian Allen. And in the secondary, and they can cover you like a glove, Cleavon Thomas, who has a fumble recovery already. Chris Hope and Derek Gibson at safeties, and Tay Cody's the guy that caused the fumble. Shotgun after being under center on 3rd and 2. He'll throw for it and get it inside the 35, and it's Norman. Josh Norman holding on to the ball with both hands. 1st and goal, Oklahoma.
How smart is that kid? He just saw the receiver before him. Woolfolk drop it from behind the defense. That's a nice play by Heupel. The first time he wanted to throw it, he didn't. He wanted to throw it. He cocks and reloads and fires it. Now he finds the open spot between the linebackers.
I know the folks in Aberdeen, South Dakota are no doubt on their feet tonight and are watching with bated breath, and there they are, some of the 27,000 residents of that South Dakota city. We welcome them live. Big party going on there. 3 trio of wide receivers to the near side. Heupel waits. Now he's going to try to gain it on the ground. Finally, he's planted right at the 10-yard line. Didn't want to risk an interception, and Brian Allen, the defensive captain, let him have it. It's a 27-yard field goal to try to break our scoreless tie on the way, and it's good. So the Sooners, courtesy of a Torrance Marshall interception and a long ball from Heupel to Josh Norman, put 3 on the board first.
That's really what changes the momentum of a game or changes the outcome of a game. And for them to be able to get turnovers the way they do and then score some points off those turnovers is a scary situation, especially for an offense.
Well, that situation turned into 3.
Yeah, let's see how he reacts to an interception in a big game.
Wanky, again, they flush him out of the pocket. He's going to try to get it on the ground, and he doesn't get there. Knocked out of bounds. Dan Cody got over to bump him out. Bob Greasy, Lynn Swan, and Jack Arute with you from Pro Players Stadium. Here's the throw out. Antoine Savage, the completion, and he got out to about the 35-yard line.
For 88.
And works on the carry. Got about 5. 2nd down and 5. Heupel, heavy pressure. There's that shovel pass. Quentin Griffin in the open field across midfield. Down to the 44-yard line. One of the most effective plays they have in their arsenal. They get 12 yards.
Left side, number 22. He's just going to do a little shovel pass. He gets deep. The linebackers forget about him. And then you got the center, Burcham, going out throwing a block for it.
Draw play this time, and it's Griffin again. And the little guy who seems to be able to hide behind the big eaters gets down to about the 37-yard line. Josh fires to the sideline, complete, and a knee down right at the first down marker to Damian Mackey. Just outside the 33. Heupel throws wide open in the middle is Mackey again, and Mackey weaves his way for another first down, Oklahoma. Damian Mackey found himself a little spot to sit down, and Heupel found it.
And get the ball off.
He's perfect in this drive, 5 for 5. Now they go back to the draw, and Quentin Griffin, the little fella, down to the 15-yard line. As Swanee said, little by little, 5 here, 8 there, 7 more there. Trent Smith is tight end in a slot on the right side. Curtis Fagan in motion, and Heupel again a scramble pass moving to his left, and it's intercepted. Shouldn't have thrown that one, and Tay Cody's got it going the other way. Cody got away from a big lineman. He's going to be down at about the 28-yard line. So Josh Heupel made a mistake. Tay Cody made him pay.
He's scrambling out. He's going to try and throw the ball, but Cody sees it and cuts in front of Smith, number 88, who slipped down on the play.
There's what we talked about. First team All-ACC with those 6 interceptions, now 7 with the one he just tacked on there, and a nice return out to
the game, and we haven't played a quarter yet.
Final play of the quarter here. Wenke, play action, trying to find Anquan Bolden, and incomplete. A penalty, the final play of the first quarter. Wenke, play action, deep drop, zips it down, complete across the 40, and out to the 43-yard line. Tallman Gardner. Florida State with a first down as the first quarter comes to an end. After the first quarter.
Thing that jumps out at you, we mentioned the turnovers, 2 for Oklahoma. Rushing yards, not much either way. Oklahoma with 113 yards passing. Most of that short throws and long runs. Wrong.
Just outside the 45, 3rd and 8. Chris Wenke loads it and fires it, and it's caught. Nope, incomplete. Tallman Gardner saying he had it. The officials say no.
For him.
Good call. One hopper. Yard line. Line drive this time. He might have a chance at this one. Batcher from the 8. Fumble. Loose ball. Goes out of bounds before Florida State can get a handle on it.
There's a flag way up here on the 20-yard line that was thrown from about the 40-yard line.
Clock's still running too, so they're going to have to back everything up a little bit.
Talking about clocks, I think he gets his clock clean. I think he gets hit in the head right there.
Yep,
with
you're
a
right.
Forearm.
Oof. He got mowed under.
I think he got knocked woozy too.
The first hit was Boulware's, and then Kendall Pope came over the top, and he's the one that rung the bell. And Heupel getting some pressure, throws short. Quentin Griffin trying to find some room and got out to the 10-yard line. And let's check in with Jack on another injury. Jack?
Yeah, Brad. In fact, the defense is playing without one of their stars that we've already seen, Tay Cody, who made that interception. They have taken Tay to the Florida State locker room. They have suspect a bruised abdomen. They worked on him on the sidelines, and they didn't get much relief, so they're going to take him inside. It's questionable as to when and if he will return.
Well, he didn't have to scramble there. The pocket was in pretty good shape.
This time over the middle he goes and completes it to Savage, and he's got a first down out at the 23-yard line. So they come right back with a 3rd and long and got 13. Catching that 25 to 45 group in passes, and he got the last one to Savage. Antoine came in as the leading receiver in number of catches, as you see, and he just turned that line on 3rd down and 8. Heupel looks the other way. Scrambles, may try to run for it. Now he throws and finds a man. I think he's over the line of scrimmage, though.
He was.
And Mackey's got it out to the 45. Josh took that one a yard or two too far, I think.
They might be coming on this one.
That's Florida State with everybody in their track stance. Low snap, but he handled it well. Not a good kick. Thomas mishandles on the other end, but he got back on top of it. Almost fumbled the punt return at the 47-yard line. So good field position for the Seminoles, the defending champions. Field position now, working from just inside its own 28-yard line. Wenke off play action, flares it out of the backfield. Randy Golightly is fullback, and Golightly gets into Oklahoma territory. There's the leading receiver for Florida State this year, Marvin Snoop Minnis, who due to academic difficulties is ineligible for this game, and that takes away one of Chris Wenke's major weapons. 2nd down and 2. They'll stay on the ground and try to pick it up. And if they got it, it was a tough two. Rocky Kalmus with a hit on Travis Minor, but I think Travis got the first down. First down at the 41 of Oklahoma. Play action. Wenke steps up in the pocket and fires and completes it. First down inside the 30. And all the way down to the 22-yard line. Anquan Bolden, who signals first down, and it is.
Yeah, they're showing blitz. Everybody's up there. They're back out.
3rd and 6 from the 18. Wenke lofts one to Minor. Nice touch on the pass. And Minor's got it inside the 15. Does he have it to the first down marker? I don't think so.
If he doesn't, he's got it in the center of the field.
He should hit a 30-yarder to try to tie it up. And it's no good. It's been a year-long problem. There's now with a 2nd down and 10. Still with the lead. Heupel, quick throw out to Norman. Norman, nice stiff arm. The big fella, former running back, former just about everything on this team. Off earlier. He's got 3rd and 7 here. Trying to get a screen pass out, and that one is blown up by Cleavon Thomas. Cookie Thomas said hello in the flat. Chris Wenke, play action. Down the middle. Complete. Very close to a first down. I think he's got it. Atrus Bell.
It's 3 points on the board. Get some momentum going.
Here's a toss to Minor. Ooh, that's got to be Rocky Kalmus for Torrance Marshall. And of course we have it with Chris Wenke and Josh Heupel. Well, here's the answers for you. Archie Griffin and Anthony Davis in the 75 Rose Bowl, and George Rogers and Hugh Green from South Carolina and Pittsburgh respectively. And South Carolina won their game. USC won their game. 2nd down and 10, just shaded on the side of midfield. Florida State keeps it on the ground. Travis Minor in the open field. Flags down. Might negate a 15-yard run by Travis Minor. That one came flying in as though maybe one of the wide receivers threw it.
Right here, let's take a look at, I think that's Bolden. There's the push in the back.
Anquan's playing leapfrog with Derek Strait.
Neither team can run the football. Oklahoma only rushing for 15 yards. Florida State for 17.
They're backed up to their own 44-yard line. On a 2nd and 16. Wenke on the move again. Heads for the sideline, gets what he can. We might have another holding call. Flag thrown behind Wenke as he got across the 45.
Right here, take a look at this. Wenke's running. The official is just to the right side. We didn't see it from there.
Hasn't converted a 3rd down yet. Going deep. Out there, and Walker is knocked down. Incomplete. He wants a call, doesn't get it.
Why Oklahoma is undefeated and ranked #1.
Heupel quarterback draw. Just going to keep it, tuck it, get out of the way, umpire. Took the ump out with it and almost got a first down.
Almost, but not quite.
Jim Augustine, the umpire, is going to have to rearrange his cap a little bit in the game between the two teams. Nick Maddox back in return formation for Florida State. Oh, what a kick this is by Ferguson. And it takes a side bounce for Oklahoma. Flag goes down. Great punt by Ferguson. Now let's see what the penalty's about. Personal foul.
It's a clip. Yeah. Both these teams are in the top 10 defensively, almost in every defensive category.
Mount Florida State has averaged 3rd and 9. They got a 3rd and 8 here. Again from his own end zone. Flipping it out. Bell makes a diving catch. That time he hooked up with Atrus, and it's first down Florida State. Pick up at 22.
Yep. This gets them out of their own end zone. Bob Stoops was throwing that route, and the defensive backs were covering it pretty well.
Wenke, play action again. In the pocket, finds some trouble, finds his safety valve, and Randy Golightly. And Golightly gets about 5. This is a short one for Florida State with their 3rd downs tonight. Screen pass. Off the fingertips of Minor. That stops the clock with 1:01, and Florida State will have to give it back to the Sooners. Maybe we'll have it in the 3rd and 4th quarters because it's defense, defense, and more defense through the first 2 stanzas right now. Both quarterbacks have been intercepted, and it's 3-0. Oklahoma in front. Let's go down to Lynch 1.
Coach, the defenses are playing phenomenal. How can you generate more offense in the second half?
Well, we had some offense going. We threw a turnover down there in the red zone. And, you know, the turnovers have been the big key. Along with that, yeah, we're off a little bit executing. We'll catch a rhythm here in the second half. And more than anything, take care of the ball in the red zone. We got some more points.
I'll see you in the second half. Right. Let's go over to Jack Root.
Well, Coach, you really miss Janikowski.
Yeah, we should have had a field goal down there, but we missed it. That's been a close ball game. It's been our Achilles heel.
Now, what do you do in the second half? Because it looks as if you got to try and find some wide receivers to replace Minnis.
Yeah, it really does. We look real ragged offensively. There's no continuity there at all. So we've got to get some continuity and some timing on our offense. Defense is playing well. We simply have got to do something offensively.
Well, Brad, right here may be the keys. He makes notes throughout the course of the day. And when he goes into the locker room, he'll be talking about those notes, Brad.
He's going to be studying them, no doubt about it, Jack. Everybody, Brad Nessler and Bob Greasy. Well, partner, I guess maybe we can throw away the 30-27 idea.
I think that's out.
We talked about defense, though, when we started, and these teams having trouble just getting to the red zone.
Hey, they say defense wins championships. We got 2 championship defenses here. I think the pressure is on Florida State because if it's going to be a close game, a field goal kicker could come down, and their field goal kicker is not around. And I think that puts pressure on their offense to score touchdowns and not field goals.
You talk about red zone struggles. Oklahoma's had 2 possessions in the red zone. They got a field goal and they were intercepted. Florida State 1 possession in the red zone and they missed a 30-yard field goal. Touch the football first on offense to open this third quarter at the 10-yard line. Savage looking for room. Cuts outside and got the corner. Antoine Savage across the 40. A stiff arm and he's all the way out to the 46-yard line. That's the way you start a second half. A 36-yard kick return.
That's just what you talk about at halftime. Let's go take the opening half, kick in the second half, get some good field position. Savage is a wide receiver but has the best running ability of all the wide receivers and shows it here.
The 46. 3 wide outs and a tight end for Heupel. And on a quarterback draw, he takes it straight up the middle and does a pretty good job to get in to Florida State territory at the 47-yard line. At the 47, Savage in motion. And it's Heupel. Throws into some coverage, and he got it in there, tucked it in at the 40-yard line to Andre Woolfolk, and that's a first down.
Florida State knows what they're doing. They've got 5 and 6 guys across that short zone.
This little draw play worked pretty well for him on the drive that got him down before the interception, and Quentin Griffin got 6 more yards.
And you got Tatum over there at the corner. Tay Cody is still not in the ballgame.
Second down at 4. And penalty markers on the play. They blow that one dead.
Prior to the snap, false start on the offense, 5 yards, repeat second down.
But it's from Florida State. We'll wish him the best if he's in the hospital watching tape. We're with you. Here's a pass across the middle. Woolfolk got it down to about the 33-yard line. Over here on the near side. Third down along 2. Flair out of the backfield is Works. Did he get the first down? I think so. True freshman Ronaldo Works out of Tulsa, Oklahoma. So we'll bring the chain gang from the far side. That's what's out of the backfield. As Bob said, great speed. They expect big things from him. And he knew where he had to get and had to put his head right into Cookie Thomas to get there, but he got it.
Quality of Tatum. Cody, excuse me.
First and 10. Here's Works inside again. Nice run. Out inside the 25 to the 23. We talked about Tay Cody. He was part of the interception story in the first half. First of all, the hit on Woolfolk. He forced that. His teammate recovered, then the interception that stopped another drive that looked like Oklahoma was going to add points. And Tay, not only a great cover man, but he's the best tackler as a cornerback since Leroy Butler will cover guys with Cody's injury. 8th play of the drive. Here's a pitch to Works. Nice cutback on a piece of turf that flew up. inside those hash marks, and he got it down to the 20-yard line. And he had slipping a little bit out there. I don't think he got the first down. Jack, there was a lot of people out there at halftime for that halftime show.
So hurry up.
And Works got it. And the lead blocker was Torrance Marshall, or at least one of them. And Works has gotten him one big one on this drive. Still, it's 1st and 15 now. Heupel flares it out. Mackey, he's got a guy draped all over him, Tommy Polley, and he dragged him down to about the 17-yard line.
5-6 yards.
2nd down and 7, back in the red zone. 11th play of the Sooner drive. Heupel, shovel pass, what Bob was just talking about, but this time Quentin Griffin's going down.
At that time, a 3-man line. Mickey says, I'm going to drop 8 guys back. They got three-man line right here. That means you drop 8. Little shovel pass forward. There's a linebacker there, Polley. He saw it.
They're going to have to earn this 3rd down. Heupel buying time. Throws incomplete. Brian Allen covering David Warren with the pressure.
Well, see, that's what you don't want. You don't like the 3rd and long, the 3rd and 10s, the 3rd and 11s, because then they can double everybody downfield, and there was nobody open.
Fletcher to hold. Duncan's kick looks good.
Oh, that was close. Right over the top of the bar.
No good. That one looked like it was going to hang in there for Tim. By that much, it stays 3-0. Intercepted and now missed one. Winkie goes to work. Throwing, and again a piece of turf comes up as you see Nick Franklin, the tight end, sliding. First catch by the tight end tonight, Franklin. He's been battling back from injury. There's a good open field tackle, and it's Roy Williams who stops Travis Minor. 1 of 8 tonight. Winkie loads it. Goes incomplete. Pretty nice coverage by Michael Thompson, who went high in the air to at least block the view of Atruz Bell. 3rd down and long. Heupel in trouble. Flush from the pocket. Has some room in front. Throws downfield. He's got Fagan inside the 30. Curtis Fagan down to the 26-yard line.
He gets outside the pocket, allows Fagan, who's been the hottest receiver for him all year long. He's caught 7 touchdowns the last 7 games. Makes a nice catch. All the way across the field. He wouldn't have had time to do that had he not scrambled to his right side.
Another one makes the biggest play of the ball game so far. Heupel going deep again. Savage is there, and he just overshot it.
He had him.
He was open behind Thomas. It would have been a touchdown, and Thomas is looking over at Derek Gibson as if to say, where was my help?
Zach.
3rd and 10. Josh Heupel flares it out. Luttrell couldn't hold it as fullback.
And he was wide open, too.
Right from 37. This is from 42. That one's going to stay in. It's good. Tim Duncan from 42 yards away. It's still only a 6-point lead and a long way to go.
The possession chart, 8 possessions for Florida State. They haven't had it very long, and they haven't done much with it. They've done a lot of punting, missed a field goal, and threw the interception. Back to what they do here, spread it out and throw the football.
Zip it out, complete. Nice move by Atruz Bell, and down the sideline. See where he went out.
They need to get back to what they do best and go to 3 and 4 wide receivers and use Chris Winkie and use his strengths.
At Florida State, now he's the head coach at the University of Georgia. Here comes a blitz on Winkie over the middle to Minor. And Minor's going to get dragged down from behind at the 30-yard line by Corey Callens. Feel a little uncomfortable tonight. 3rd and 6.
Only 1 of 9 third down conversions.
Winkie fires. It is almost intercepted by Thatcher. Looking for his 9th of the year, and he got a hand on it, but he couldn't hold it.
And should have been picked off.
Chris Wenke looking on, waiting for another chance. Right now it's his counterpart, Josh Heupel, who gives it off to Quentin Griffin. And the little fella gets about 5. Stanford Samuels knocked him down. For the offenses of Oklahoma and Florida State. Heupel flares it out, dangerous pass, Works made the catch, but a great play by Derek Gibson from his safety position.
Well, they're starting to see that now. Everything that Oklahoma throws is within 10 to 15 yards, far behind the line of scrimmage. Gibson just read this all the way.
To punt, Nick Maddox waits on the other end. Snap was a little wide, but Ferguson got it away.
Great kick.
High, booming kick. And Maddox fields it and probably should, and Devontae Jones met him at the 5. What a hit on special teams by Jones. At least for most of the last 2.5 quarters.
Tell you, there is no weakness on this Oklahoma team. Their special teams are outstanding. Good punter, good field goal kicker, excellent punt return, and good punt coverage.
He'll work from the shotgun. Wenke stands tall, fires deep middle, in and out of the hands of the intended receiver, Javon Walker, and then almost intercepted.
Scoring. They haven't scored a point here tonight.
4 wideouts on a 3rd and 9. When Chris Wenke throws this, he'll be in his own end zone. If he throws it. Got rid of it. Incomplete. The pressure was too much. He was all the way back by the goalpost when he let go. J.C. Watson, all the guys we talked about, there's Boz. But this is not a guy that says, I'm going to build my own thing. He's going to say, somebody else built it, like Barry Switzer. He built it. I want him around as much as possible. And even though he grew up in Ohio, he said, I was always a Sooner football fan. I even painted my own spikes silver, so I looked like Joe Washington at one time. So he's bleeding crimson and cream right now. There's Tony Casillas for him.
It's very genuine to have Coach Switzer around, to have the great players of the past come around, and I want them to feel a part of the team, and I want our players, and they have, to embrace that tradition, for them to know that you need to play to this level. This is what Oklahoma football is. This is how we play. Oklahoma football is about championships, and we need to play to that level.
The level they're playing tonight is a defensive level we haven't seen this year in a while.
And part of that tradition is coming here to Miami to play in the Orange Bowl.
Quarters at 6-0. Oklahoma leading Florida State to start the 4th, and the last time Florida State was shut out after 3 quarters 13 years ago to Miami and Jimmy Johnson, 31-0. Jimmy went into the Hall of Honor here tonight, the Orange Bowl Hall of Honor. Bobby Bowden has been on headset a lot more than we've seen him in a long time, and he has a quizzical look on his face. His team is down 6-0. Heupel on a keeper. Tommy Polley or Chris Hope? Chris Hope. Here's that power eye again. And it's going to be very close. I don't know. Maybe not. Looks like he's short to me. Ronaldo Works says he's got it, but the officials with the spot on the field from here certainly doesn't look that way. Tickler head. It's starting to rain again. Wenke off play action. Deep out. Got it. Nice throw out to the 35-yard line. Complete, a 16-yard pickup to Robert Morgan.
Talk about the average starting position. The second half, Oklahoma has started from their own 41. FSU has started from their own 15-yard line.
Here, 2nd and 9. Wenke from the gun. Plenty of time. Pump fakes, wants it all. Going deep down the middle. Nobody home. Atruz Bell is looking for a flag, and he got one.
And should have gotten one.
This will move the football out near midfield.
Yeah, take a look at this one. Top of your screen. Go down and in and up. As he starts to run by the defensive back, he just knocks him down. The ball is in the air, and Bell gets knocked down.
It's only 15, but they're in Oklahoma territory at the 49. Wenke comes up, winds up to his tight end Sprague, and he goes out of bounds with a first down at the 35. Oklahoma showing a possible blitz. Wenke pump fakes. Now he's going to go deep again. There's it out there. Incomplete. Robert Morgan. It went through his hands. Derek Strait was there, and it's incomplete.
Just like this, it was Peter Warwick that made this catch, and Morgan could have made it and dropped it.
He laid out beautifully, and Snoop Minnis. That's been the story all night. Wenke, play fake. Throws. It is almost intercepted. He threw into triple coverage.
Yeah, you just can't force it.
For a while, fellas. 12-14 left. Timeout. Pro Players Stadium, where it's still 6-0 Oklahoma. How close has this game been? Try this close. This is Robert Morgan on the last pass play from Chris Wenke. That would have tied the game.
Yards on the line of scrimmage.
Here they come. Torrance Marshall blitzing. Wenke pump fakes, lofts it out. It's got a man there. And it's broken up at the very last moment by Derek Strait. And Quan Bolden had a step. You think a defensive head coach doesn't love that?
He's going to get a blitz, so he's got single coverage. Strait, number 2, is on him. Single coverage. Throw it down the field and away from it. He underthrew it.
Thatcher got a bump in Strait, then went stride for stride with him.
Throw it longer. You're making him wait. Throw it long to the inside. Chris,
now with 12:07 left, Josh Heupel gets to take over. Heupel, quarterback draw. Found a little opening. Heupel puts his head down and goes out to the 42-yard line. Chris Hope met him there. Derek Strait's made some big plays. We know about him from his defensively of the season when they were trying to come back in the third quarter. An errant throw by Eric Crouch, and Derek Strait took it all the way to the end zone. And then against Oklahoma State in a 12-7 game, they needed a defensive gem. They got one in the final series by the Cowboys. Knocked it away. Derek Strait huddled around Mike Stoops and Michael Thompson and company right now.
That ball was underthrown, though. Wenke had a shot to go ahead.
Quentin Griffin, I think he got a first down out of the backfield on the flare pass from Heupel. Looks like he got it. That'll keep the chains moving in Oklahoma's favor. They lead by 6.
Wenke's had a few of them drop.
Heupel out to Norman. Norman got a block. Big fella broke a tackle and got across midfield. That's what he can do so well, is yards after catch, because he gets that big lean going on that 6'2", 230-pound frame, and he doesn't look much like a wide receiver out there.
Caught on and really done what he asked. They've got the speed for it.
There's the expectant daddy, his wife Melissa, bedridden, waiting for triplets, and we wish her the best. Here's a flare pass out of the backfield. Works. And Works goes against 3 Seminoles and still got it down to the 45-yard line as we check in with Swanee. Here. He's going to have 3 of his own juniors at home by mid-January. Here's Heupel on a 3rd down. Norman was the intended receiver, and he dropped it. And now it's 4th down and a yard and a half. And to the near side it comes, trying to kick it out of bounds. Going to be a pretty good punt. It's going to be better than pretty good all the way down to the 6-yard line. And it's Ante Jones. How many times have we seen him on special teams as well as how well he's played on defense tonight? Here comes a safety blitz. Wenke over the middle of Morgan. He's draped all over by J.T. Thatcher, who drops him after a short gain. Murray, and in his 2nd season, trying to win a title. 9 minutes left in the season. Wenke throws in and out of the hands of his intended receiver. And he keeps going to Morgan. And that's the 4th drop ball by the Noles so far tonight.
3rd down, another 3rd down situation. Florida State 1 of 12 on 3rd down conversions.
Conversion rate tonight. Wenke in trouble. Got away from 1. Now scrambling. And the fumble. Oklahoma's got it at the 15-yard line. Another defensive play, and it's Roy Williams.
Huge play. Right over here, there's going to be a safety come in. Right here. He's got nobody on him. Now he pulls it down. Now he gets out of his comfort zone. This is when you get Chris Wenke out of his comfort zone. You can't be doing that. You want him running the football.
Kalmus forced the fumble. Williams recovered. Now it's Heupel. Play action. He's going to keep it. Josh Heupel gets what he can and slides down at the 10-yard line.
Ante Jones has played big tonight. It's Kalmus, number 20, that knocks it loose.
The runner-up to the Butkus Award that went to Dan Morgan of Miami.
All-American linebacker.
They told us he'd only had 2 tackles before that play. He'll take that one any day. 2nd and 5. Oklahoma just outside the FSU 10. Quentin Griffin, touchdown! Sooners can smell it.
The linebackers there should have made the play.
To Griffin, but the man that did the damage was the man that made the tackle and forced the fumble. Rocky Kalmus. 13-0 Oklahoma. Undefeated Oklahoma, 7:46 away from remaining that way and winning a national championship.
Let's go back and take a look at the touchdown. The hole is going to be right through here. These are the linebackers that don't make the play. There's the hole. The problem is I don't think the two linebackers could see him, could find him behind the offensive line.
What do you think it was like at the Ramkota and Aberdeen Convention Center when Quentin Griffin went straight up the middle?
Griffin is a 5'7", 190 pounds. It's hard to find him. They spent 3.5 quarters not being able to get one score.
Pumps one way and going deep down the sideline. Got a man open and it's broken up. Thatcher got there in time. Looked like Walker had it, but Thatcher says
1,000 season under Coach Bob Stoops.
Good point, Swanee. Wanky pump fakes again. Now going deep for Bell. Bell makes the catch inside the 40. So there's the big ball that Florida State needed. Down to the 37-yard line, a 43-yard completion. Championship. They're sure hoping not. Here comes a blitz from the secondary again, and Travis Minor ran right into it. Thatcher again.
Third down conversion.
Almost unbelievable. Wanky pumps. Going deep down the middle for Bolden. They broke it up and it's Thatcher again. And Jones again.
Fourth down. Florida State has to go.
Could be the ball game right here. Wanky throws high. Tough catch. No, he didn't make it. Travis Minor couldn't hold it. He got turned around. It would have been a very acrobatic catch had he been able to hold it, and he still probably wouldn't have gotten to the first down stick. Ball now with a 13-point advantage. And he'll keep it himself. That's the safest bet. Might not be the most comfortable bet as he's hit at the line of scrimmage by Brian Allen and company. Side, Dad, you know, in a radar defense, the flats are open. Well, so far the flats have been closed for most teams tonight, but it goes to show you that Heupel and his father have been joined at the hip and the mind. And a huge football fanatic who has carried it on a very strange journey to be on top of the football world possibly in a couple minutes. Drop for a loss here with 4:40 left. Dockett and Reynolds got to him. The ball game. This will be Oklahoma's 8th. Ferguson making sure that he catches a snap first and then worries about the rest. He keeps it away from Thomas. He'll take it on the bounce anyway, and he's knocked out of bounds. And again, they're going to be working inside their own 20. Wanky from his own 10. Had it batted in the air, almost intercepted.
Field for him to go.
Out of 15 possessions, 10 times at their own 20 or worse. Wanky over the middle, nice easy throw. Atruz Bell trying to do something with it, but the Sooners won't let him. Derek Strait. Riles, 10. Wanky wants to throw a screen. It's blown up again, and it's Torrance Marshall again.
Like Bob Stoops says, if we listen to the odds makers, we'd been 7-4 this year.
Heupel on a keeper. Fakes it, keeps it himself, and gets out to the 35-yard line. And the clock becomes the enemy to Florida State.
Two quarterbacks, top two quarterbacks, and their offensive coordinator.
Third down and 2. Florida State stops him. No gain on the play for Ronaldo Works. Here's Praven Martin and Derek Mobley. And another punt coming up. High snap over the Ferguson's head. And he now going to run back.
Smart move.
And take a safety. That is a brilliant move by the punter.
Smart move. Can you believe it? You got the game. There's a minute left to go, and the snap goes over. What if he hadn't gotten in the end zone here? This is a great move by the punter.
If he wouldn't have gotten in the end zone, Florida State would have had a 1st and goal. If he would have let them get to the ball first, it would have been a touchdown.
Exactly. Great move.
Well, he's punted enough tonight to be on the field and know what to do, I guess.
He got the bounce to pick it up. And so often you'll see the ball bounce funny, and the punter will not be able to pick it up.
Of reigniting the Sooner magic in Norman for Bob Stoops is only 55 seconds away. So here's the free kick. The punt takes a funny bounce. Gardner and Bolden trying to get down there and find the handle. And out of bounds at about the 18-yard line. He is about to go by the boards unless he can pull a miracle out of his hat. Wenke on a throw. And the ball complete out to the 38-yard line. Chris drops and fires to Bolden, and he makes the catch. Anquan, nice stop move. Got another first down out of bounds at the 46-yard line with 39 seconds left. Second down to 10. Wenke, plenty of time, with a lot of guys in coverage back there, and though it's complete, he's kept in bounds and dropped. They'll move the sticks. It'll temporarily stop the clock at the 31-yard line to A-True's bell. 24 seconds of the national championship game. Wenke gonna throw deep to the end zone. He's got a man out there, and Gardner, and it's intercepted. Picked off, and it's Ante Jones. What a game this kid has had.
He came home to Miami, and he had the game of his life.
And now you can let the celebration begin. So his area that just wouldn't give in.
Well, Chris has got nothing else to do. Just throw it up and hope you get a miracle. One of your guys catch it, but Ante Jones, number 11, has had a great ball game.
You know, we've been around Oklahoma enough this year to be around Bob Stoops and his staff enough, as he just got drenched, and now there's his younger brother Mike, and he calls Brent Venables the other Stoops brother. But you know, that confidence and enthusiasm those young guys have just sort of drips all over everybody, and it dripped all over this team.
It says, remember, it says, be respectful of your opponent and be humble. Say we and not I, and it's a team thing, and it really is. The way they play, it's a team thing.
The champions of the 67th FedEx Orange Bowl are the still undefeated and now finally respected Sooners of Oklahoma. Championship number 7. Dominant in the 50s, the mid-70s, and another in the mid-80s, and now and one for the ages here in 2001. Bob Stoops reigniting the flame of Sooner magic in just 2 seasons, and a quarterback who came from South Dakota to South Beach. What a story.
This is one of the youngest staffs in all of college football.
And they're only going to get better as a staff.
Chuck Long is the quarterback coach. Steve Spurrier Jr., Bobby Jack Wright, Mark Mangino, Mike Stoops, Brent Venables, Cale Gundy, Jonathan Hayes, and Jackie Shipp.
Great job. And now the emotion of what has taken place, catching up with some of the Sooners. And Josh Heupel has told us you can always tell when my dad is excited, because when he hands out the high fives, sometimes I have to use my right hand instead of my left, or I'll never be able to pass again. I'd make sure it was my right hand, Josh, if I was you, when you get together with Dad. And J.T. Thatcher, who was dinged up early in the ball game, came back, played sensationally. So did Ante Jones. And right down the list, Roy Williams, who played a lot of linebacker, looked tonight. Kalmus and Marshall, who had several big plays tonight in his hometown of Miami. And Bobby Bowden's hope for a repeat goes by the boards, but that doesn't take away from another sensational season in Tallahassee. Bowden, as always, gracious even in defeat.
Bobby, can you describe the feeling right now?
I was trying to think on the sideline what it was like. It reminded me of a nightmare. I mean, you know, sometimes you wake up and you say, gee, I hope that doesn't happen to us. That's not the way I felt.
Can you categorize what the problems were tonight?
Simply could get nothing going offensively. Now, they did a great job of confusing us defensively. We never could get the pattern on what they were doing. They blitzed at the right times. I would say he made all the right moves tonight, and we couldn't get it. We couldn't get it going off. Our defense played probably good enough to win the ball game. We wouldn't have had to gamble down here to get them their first touchdown the way our defense is playing, but offensively, we simply could not get anything going. Nobody would make big catches that we needed, to keep things going.
Well, regardless, Coach, congratulations on a great season.
Well, it was a good season, but we were lousy tonight.
Guys?
Of the president of the Orange Bowl committee who will start this hardware ceremony off. Cheryl?
Thank you, Lynn. First, I would like to congratulate both teams and their excellent coaching staffs on a truly great year. They're winners in every way. It's so wonderful to have two great universities to participate in our game, the 67th Orange Bowl. I also want to thank the 75,000 enthusiastic fans for being here to support the teams and support the Orange Bowl committee. On behalf of all of our members, we thank you. Now I'd like to turn it over to Dave Brunzak from FedEx. Dave is going to present the FedEx Orange Bowl MVP trophy.
Thank you, Cheryl. On behalf of our 200,000 great FedEx men and women around the world, it's my pleasure and I'm proud to present this year's FedEx MVP trophy to Torrance Marshall.
Okay. Cheryl Hudson, you still have a little more work to do.
Coach, congratulations on a great hard-fought victory. You've been an underdog this year before, as you were tonight. You always find a way to win. A team of destiny. Oklahoma has a great tradition here. From Bud Wilkinson to Barry Switzer, and now the Bob Stoops eras begin. The Sooners have won this. This is the 12th time the Sooners have won this championship game. It is with great honor, Coach, that I present to you the FedEx Orange Bowl Championship Trophy. Great year. Congratulations.
Woo! Coach, I'm going to ask you to slide down just a little bit because you've got that one now in the bank. But the one you came here for is right here, and Kevin Kelligan from Sears is going to make the presentation for you. Kevin?
Coach Stoops, on behalf of 300,000 Sears Associates nationwide and the American Football Coaches Association, it's my pleasure to present the Sears National Champion Trophy to you, your team, and Sooners fans everywhere. Congratulations on a perfect season. Pick it up. You can pick the ball up. That was good.
Coach, Thatcher's got the trophy over there. I'm sure it's in good hands. This ball game, no one would have predicted would have been this low scoring. But your defense turned in a performance for all time against Florida State.
That's right. And to be honest with you, we fully expected to play that way. And as a team, we fully expected to win. And it's easy to say that Oklahoma's back.
You told me, Coach, coming into this ball game on the field before the kickoff, when I asked you about your thoughts before this game, you said maybe the most invaluable asset you had for this ball game was the experience of having played in this national championship game against Florida State, that it gave you information and the preparedness that was invaluable.
That's right. Our players recognize that the history of Oklahoma is about winning championships. We already have 6 national championships. Now we have 7. We play well in the Orange Bowl. You can't say, well, that was then, this is now. That's Oklahoma football. We have a great history in this Orange Bowl, and it's only getting better.
Coach, congratulations. A great season. Now we'll go back to John Saunders.